it is still somewhat concerning or alarming or just a bit shocking is that it is so unusual for an incumbent president who has already wrapped up the nomination, not officially, but unofficially through the primaries and the caucuses, and has had a good run in the presidency, would step out.
It is definitely unprecedented. There has been some presidents who decided to not run and not seek for re-election. President Truman and President LBJ are the examples, but dropping out this late in the race is unprecedented. So this is going to be a very consequential decision, and it's going to shake up the whole race for 2024.
Well, as far as the small d democratic legitimacy and processes, yes, one way of arguing it is that approximately 15 million Americans voted in the Democratic primaries and caucuses, and 95% or more of them voted for Joe Biden. So one way of looking at it is that if Biden withdraws, if he doesn't stay in the race, well, that's violating the will of the voters in those primaries. Another way of looking at it is to look at the polls and to show that while the Democratic voters in the primaries and caucuses overwhelmingly voted for Joe Biden, now we have one poll after another saying that most Democratic voters are saying Joe Biden should withdraw. So in terms of his decision being small d democratic, that is reflecting the majority will of the Democratic voters, again, I think there are two equally valid ways of looking at it. Of course, now some attention from the media and the public will be shifted away from Donald Trump and the Republicans and now towards the Democrats. And I think it's safe to say that Kamala Harris will become the Democratic nominee. For Black American women are the most loyal, reliable Democratic voters. And now, of course, the Democrats are on the verge of nominating the first woman of color for president. So I think that's another fact.
The U.S. has such a long history of reinforcing its democratic structures and ethos that people are upset about an assassination attempt, and they're left kind of wondering what's going to go on with this sudden withdrawal of a presidential candidate so late in the process. But there's really no concern about what's this going to do to our system of government. There's just this incredible widespread agreement upon these basic rules in the Constitution about how elections occur and how governments operate.
So when we talk about democracy, it's not going to be now, but it's going to be after the election and how both parties react to the results of the election.